And yet our government continues to spend $17 million a day more than the government takes in.
Also took on the issue of debt, which makes so many people feel like they can never get ahead.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So we are going to be checking this video. Reagan warned us about Kamala. So let's do this together, okay?
One side in this campaign has been telling us that the issues of this election are the maintenance of peace and prosperity. The line has been used, we've never had it so good.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Makes it to president, the first female president, and I want to be able to say I was a part of that.
We cannot go back.
But I have an uncomfortable feeling that this prosperity isn't something on which we can base our hopes for the future.
By virtually every measure, our economy is the strongest in the world.
And yet our government continues to spend $17 million a day more than the government takes in.
Also took on the issue of debt, which makes so many people feel like they can never get ahead.
We've raised our debt limit 3 times in the last 12 months. And now our national debt is 1.5 times bigger than all the combined debts of all the nations of the world.
I am certainly not perfect, so let's start there.
We have $15 billion in gold in our treasury. We don't own an ounce.
People feel real pain. But like Paul, we must remember that divine power works through our actions.
Foreign dollar claims are $27.3 billion.
It said that China has now surpassed Japan as the U.S. government's largest creditor, owning at least 10% of all U.S. debt.
And we've just had announced that the dollar of 1939 will now purchase 45 cents in its total value.
I have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke.
We're at war with the most dangerous enemy that has ever faced mankind in his long climb from the swamp to the stars.
When you know what you stand for, you know what to fight for.
And it's been said if we lose that war, and in so doing lose this way of freedom of ours.
She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
That was true. Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay.
And I inhale. I did inhale.
History will record with the greatest astonishment that those who had the most to lose did the least to prevent its happening.
Thank you all so very much.
Well, I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms that were intended for us by the founding fathers.
This is a fight for the future. And it is a fight for freedom.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth.
Found myself in a space that was intimidating, in a space that backed me up against the wall.
Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
We're not going back because, Nevada, we fight for the future.
You and I are told increasingly we have to choose between a left or right. Well, I'd like to suggest there is no such thing as a left or right. There's only an up or down. And regardless of their sincerity, their humanitarian motives, those who would trade our freedom for security have embarked on this downward course. In this vote harvesting time, they use terms like the Great Society, or as we were told a few days ago by the President, we must accept a greater government activity in the affairs of the people.
Never again! Never again! Never again!
Well, the trouble with our liberal friends is not that they're ignorant, it's just that they know so much that isn't so.